Okay, give me a birthday, time and place, and I'll tell you exactly things about you won't even know yourself. Why using that to see if a man fancies you? When you could be checking, what's my purpose? How do I get rich? How can I thrive? How can I be happy? How can I answer who I am? Because to me, those are most important. JP Morgan.
Yeah, that's it.
Millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. Actually, so I always say to my clients in the readings, be your North Node sign, and fate just opens up. Don't worry about how, just trust and surrender. I've always said there is no plan B. There's no plan B, because if you have a plan B, you don't believe in yourself.
Very exciting. We've not done this before.
So I can always see what someone thinks about their mother in someone's chart.
What do you pull out of these charts that suddenly makes someone get emotional?
The truth. So if anyone's watching this or listening to this who feels like they are here on a mission, but they don't know what, they want to contribute, but they don't know what, then it's me you need to come to. However, if you're intrigued, but you're like, oh God, like, spiritual mission, what's you on about? I'm probably not your astrologer for that. You're here to create, lead, shine. You've got Jupiter there, lucky girl.
I want to find out more about that, because how the fuck does she know this?
But that's not serving you in this lifetime. You know, we're not wearing knickers with holes in 2026, Hannah.
If he's getting matching underwear, I'm putting it on the job.
But can you find what you should want from a partner for your birth chart?
But Venus in the 12th house can manifest as secret hidden affairs, you know?
Hello and welcome to Becoming Lucy with me, Hannah.
And me, Lucy. So before we get into today's episode, I'm very excited for this one. I've always been a fan of astrology, like I say, since a kid, reading Ms. magazine, Sugar, looking at the horoscopes, and it's always been fascinating. And I think there's just so much more going on with it. You've got the universe and obviously the energy that it puts out, and you've just got to be more.
Yeah, definitely. And I can absolutely agree with reading of the magazines and throwing those names out like Ms. and Sugar. That has taken me right back. But I would literally find my horoscope and I would be reading it, and that would set my day. So I am definitely in the learning zone still for it. And even if you're a skeptic, I think this is going to be the perfect episode for you, because science actually backs half of what we're talking about, and the energy is real. The planets are real. We all know that. And you can't tell me that doesn't have any impact. So if you are doubtful and you are in kind of that learning space, like I am, and this episode might shift something for you.
Yeah, and we've got Mel joining us today, who generally reads birth charts like she's opening up a map to your soul, basically. And it's wild. So Mel's worked with some really well-known people, but obviously the part that blew us away was her story, how astrology basically rebuilt her life. It's powerful, and yeah, it's going to be a turning point. Mel is going to be reading both mine and Hannah's birth charts today, so you can hear exactly how this works in real time.
So yes, we're ready to get cracking, aren't we?
Yeah, and welcome, Mel. Like I say, we don't actually know you in person. This is completely different. I actually got recommended you through a friend from a Wild and Wild event called Hannah. So
and normally we are sort of chatting to our guests about how one of us knows them and things like that. So it's really nice actually to have someone pure on that we don't know, and that you're here to tell us all about your journey, your story, and also obviously give us our charts. And I think this is a really perfect time to throw to you and get you to intro a little bit about yourself and tell us about your story. And can you tell us how astrology came into your life?
Hi, thank you for having me on. I appreciate, I've got a Taurus here, I've got a Cancer here, and I'm a Taurus as well. So unfortunately, Taurus are winning tonight.
Oh, I hate losing.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. And it's funny you should ask about my story, because I did like a 20 slide carousel on Instagram before. I don't know if you saw it, but like it was so raw, so vulnerable, so real. So what the fuck? This has been my life. What? It felt like, wow, I've really come. I've come so far, and the foundation of how far I've come truly is astrology. So astrology for me, it's always been part of my life. It truly has, in both the astrological sense, but also the more astronomy sense, because my dad and we didn't have much money, but he always had money for telescopes somehow. So it was like a hill where we used to live, and we'd go out, like my dad, do you know what I mean? Dark at night, clear sky, come on, Mel, we're going to Fluent. I was like, "What? I'm tired. I want to go sleep." So yeah, it would show me like, come on, we're going to see Saturn tonight. Mars is out tonight. So my dad was more introduced me to astrology of like, you know, the science part, but the more the spiritual side and the astrological ancient language, I like to say. It's just always been a part of my life. But for the majority of my life, up until I was around 25, I just squashed it down because it's weird and that's not cool. The boys aren't going to fancy me if I told you what the fuck, you know. But obviously it's been a beautiful full circle now, and it's funny how the people that I help, it's always a full circle moment. And for me, that's how astrology has played out. I've not had the easiest of lives, which I won't go into here. I mean, look at my 20 carousel Instagram post. You really want to know? But it's not been easy, let's just say that. And astrology for me, it's not entertainment. It's not silly little star signs. It's definitely not seen if a crusty, dusty man fancies you. Hell no.
I love that phrase, by the way.
Yeah, I saw this post earlier on TikTok, and I was like, I'm going to be careful how I word this later.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Dusty, crusty.
Right.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's all about being real, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? It's more the fact that why are you using astrology, this beautiful ancient language that has been here for thousands of years? Why are you using that to see if a man fancies you? When you could be checking, what's my purpose? How do I get rich? How can I thrive? How can I be happy? How can I answer who I am? Because to me, those are most important. So yeah, whenever people come to me like, can you tell me like when I'm going to meet the love of my life? I was like, do you love yourself first? That should be the love of your life.
Yeah.
Does your bank account say that you should be looking for love? Right? You know, I'm saying this to myself. No, it doesn't, right? It's fine now, but you know, are you living your purpose? Are you happy? You know, astrology has got such a bad stigma attached, like you said. There's skeptics out there, and one thing I always say to the skeptics is, okay, give me a birthday, time and place, and date, time, and I'll tell you exactly things about you won't even know yourself, or you'll be like, oh my God, Mel, how do you know that? So I don't be like, oh, you know, arguing, debating, it is real, I'll be like, just give me your time.
Yeah, yeah. But I love that you're so passionate and committed to it, that you are so, you know, confident to say that to anyone that tries to challenge you. And I think automatically, I can imagine. But automatically, if in any job you do, though, if you've got that confidence, if you've got that drive, you're going to be able to sell what you do as a living, or your purpose, or your passion. And even just watching you there, like, say, give me a time, give me a date. Like, I loved it. I was like, don't mess with Mel. Bloody hell, she will tell you bits. Like, I love that, though. I think that's really great. And you've really obviously learned that over the years that you've dived into astrology, obviously, post 25 years old, when you realised you didn't want to bury it anymore.
Yeah.
No, the weirdness is out, guys. This is who I am.
Yeah. I did see something, though. I think, like, most people who actually study astrology, like, properly, like yourself, like, if they are, I can never say the word. I always, it sounds like a septic tank when I try and say it. What is it, Hannah?
Skeptic.
That's the one. Like, if they go into it being that, like, they never come out of it. Do you know what I mean? Because they actually learn. Yeah, exactly. Because I did hear a quote. Was it by someone called Joe or something, that like something is like, millionaires don't believe in astrology, but
JP Morgan.
do. Yeah, that's it.
Millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. Actually, so JP Morgan was part of a 12-member secret society. No weird shit, but like maybe it was, who knows? But yeah, and basically it was a zodiac membership they all had. So there was each man, for one for Taurus, one for Aries, one for Cancer, right? And I think you can still go to this place. It's in New York somewhere, and all of it is like a beautiful. Think of like really old school library, super high ceilings, dark mahogany, things like that, full of books, and it's all like astrological themed. Now, do you know what I mean? It's like, if it was just nonsense, would, you know, the most powerful men of the world be using it? And that's something I always say, like, the elites use it, the royals use it, governments, if we really want to go there, you know. But for us normal folk, it's just been condensed into a joke, into entertainment, into something silly, because they don't want us to win. They don't want us to thrive. They don't want us to live our purpose and actually know ourselves and be happy. Because on the other side of knowing those things and doing those things, abundance is transforming the world, making it a more beautiful, beautiful place where we're all coming together. But they don't want that.
Yeah.
And truly, the foundation is astrology. It's everything. And I always say I don't know how it works. I just know it does. I just know how to translate it. I know how to guide people. I'm very practical, me. So I'm very earth. So earth signs, we're all about what's the plan, what we're doing, what's the solution. Hey, let's go. How can I use this? It's all well and good knowing information, but what's the point if I can't better with my life? What's the point of knowing information, air signs, right? How can I use it, right? And that's the way I like to, differentiate my readings. Is like, I'm very leader anyway. Do this. I'm gonna win. Okay, bye.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I think that clearly is a talent, and the fact that you want to be able to help people is just amazing. Just circling back then, obviously, so it was your dad that got you into it. He used to obviously take you out, you'd look at it. Then, like you said, you squashed it a little bit, and then you got to sort of 25, and you also went to Vietnam, right? And something happened there, right?
Glorious, back in 1993. Right. So, yeah, I spent most of my life living in chaos, pain, trauma, and not knowing who I was. My mum died when I was a little girl, and that was also a big impact of losing the most sacred person in my life, right? Didn't get any help with that at all. I got sent to school the same day. Thanks, Dad. It's a Scorpio. Go figure. Anyway, don't hate the signs. But yeah, and it was just a catalyst for just so much unhingedness, I like to call it. Because my mum died in the summer, and then I started high school, year 7. How horrible that time anyway. New faces, blah, 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 puberty. It was all going on, grieving. It was just all a hot mess. And then, I looked different, mixed race, so I looked different. No one looked like me back then. So there's parts of that where, who am I? Where do I belong? Blah, blah, blah. And then around 17 to 24, that was when my escapism began, with partying a bit too much, ecstasy and everything except the heroin and crack. Maybe that was not big track,
Do you do the line there, yeah?
Great times. I was raving, but it was like I only felt happy when I was Friday to Sunday, right? And then I got in a relationship. Well, I had a few, but like this one relationship, he truly was. I loved him so much, but my identity and joy was wrapped in him, because I was such chaotic, unhinged, unhealed, angry, all of it. Just right. He dumped me. I don't know why. Right. So
You're your best version of yourself back then.
Why are you leaving me? God bless his soul. And that was just like, oh my God, I want it. It sounds so extra, but I wanted to because I was so wrapped up in him. And long story short, I asked myself, what have I always wanted to do? And travel. My North Node in my birth chart, the North Node represents your fate, destiny, purpose, and potential, is in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is the adventure and the travel. So I always say to my clients in the readings, be your North Node sign, and fate just opens up. Don't worry about how, just trust and surrender. So with my North Node being in Sag, it's like, right, I'm just going to go travel. Fuck it. Got about $1,000. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Got a credit card.
Yeah.
Anyway, 10 years
It's
later.
worth it though, right?
Fine. It's all part of the story, right? So yeah, I was only going to go for a few months. I booked a one-way to the Philippines, stayed there for a month, and Indonesia for a month, and then Vietnam. I loved Vietnam so much. I was like, right, I'm going to stay. So I just ended up teaching English. teaching a Mancunian. Hiya!
Oh, I love a Manc accent, and yours is just I love it. When I first started speaking to the beginning of the episode, I was like, oh, I just could listen to this accent for days.
From Northern. So yeah, I started teaching Mancunian, and but before the teaching and stuff like that, I purpose again, so extra. Got Leo strong in my chart, so yeah, go figure. I purposely put myself somewhere in Vietnam where they didn't speak English, just so I could try and heal, figure out who I was, what made me happy, blah, blah, blah. Get closer to God in me. And I just asked myself like a simple question, really, like, what have I always loved? And it was astrology. I was like, oh, that's so weird. Like, you're going to look like a weirdo. Like, oh. And I thought, but it makes me happy. So I started over the 2 years I was in Asia, started using it to, come back home to myself, I like to say. And one thing that astrology proved to me, it still does to this day with each chart I read, that everything that's happened to you is meant to be happen. And I know that's like, could be a hard pill to swallow, especially, if you had a very challenging time. But it is. And that's what astrology proves to me. Because why would I know if your mum was an alcoholic? Why would I know that you're an alcoholic? Do you know what I mean? It all shows. Now, it's not me being a psychic. I just know how to read a chart. So, I've done hundreds of readings now, and it really has solidified that life is weird. I'm weird. Life is weird. Nothing makes sense. Except for this round little symbol thing in front of me. That makes sense, which was the astrology chart. And the rest was history. Started doing readings for people there in Vietnam for about $5. Came back home, started I was sharing a bit whilst I was out there anyway, but sharing what's Mel doing? She's just left and she's gone as spiritual, are we?
Yeah.
I mean, she thinks she is. All no travelling, are we? So I just started sharing nonetheless, because I've always known that I'm here for greatness, but not just from like an abundant life for me. Greatness for more like, I'm here to contribute to the collective, to raise the frequency, to bring people together, to heal others. I mean, you can see that in my chart anyway. So it's not just about me. I've always said there is no plan B. There's no plan B, because if you have a plan B, you don't believe in yourself. If you have a plan B, plan A is never going to work,
Yeah.
So, I've been doing it for like 8.5 years now, but I would say only in the last 3 years, people have been saying, oh, I'd love a reading.
They're believing in you now then, and you've always believed in yourself. Yeah. How the tables have turned, eh?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And explain to us then, for like complete novices, what is a birth chart then? Because
am I able to share my screen and people see? Is that a thing?
I'm not sure.
Oh, this is a new one for us.
I can see share. I'm just wondering.
I can see share as well. Yeah, go for it.
Do it.
Because it would make more sense for me to just do that than speak. Lucy, I'm just going to get yours up while it's on my thing.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We've not done this before.
No.
Oh, it's
Right.
up.
Oh, yeah.
So if you are only listening to this through your headphones, then head to YouTube, because you'll be able to actually see what Mel's showing us, and she's showing us a chart. So yeah, obviously, definitely head, because we're looking at it now, and I'm very excited to see and hear what Mel says.
Yeah.
Right, Lucy, this is you.
Oh.
So you see from the top left, your birth details that you gave me.
Yeah.
So from the moment you were born, date, place, and time.
Yeah.
This is where all the planets were when you came Earthside.
Right.
So
I like that.
you and I are Tauruses.
Yeah.
But our charts are completely different. So we will have the same essence, the same, like, my best friends are Taurus. We're just the same. But like, obviously there'll be differences, and that's where the whole chart comes into play. So just imagine, you do need your birth time to be able to look at your chart, by the way, folks. But yeah, just imagine in the center here, this is Earth, this is you. Now, if you look up, that's what the sky would have looked like. So just imagine this is your laptop screen, and you're lifting it up, and then you can see all around
the
it.
sky.
Visual.
That's on me ceiling in my bedroom.
yeah, print it off.
Literally, that's you in the middle, and you're looking up. So when you was born, Jupiter was there, Mars was over there, the moon was down there. So yeah. So if you look around the outside, we've all got signs somewhere. So yes, you may have no Aries placements. However, Aries for you, Lucy, is influencing this area of your chart. So
Wow.
next time anyone wants to chat some rubbish about Geminis or stuff, just remember it's somewhere in your chart as well. And the signs hold their unique themes and energies. Now the symbols in the middle, the symbols are the planets, some are asteroids, and they too hold their own unique themes and energies. Now, depending on what sign it's in, sign the planet's in, creates a simpler interpretation. For example, the sun, for you, you're in Taurus.
Yeah.
Jupiter's in Taurus, your Mercury's in Taurus, your Venus is in Gemini, your moon's in Scorpio. And then if you look here, so we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way around up until 12. These 12 sections are called the 12 houses in astrology, and they just represent different areas of life. So you do need your birth time for this, but this is when it starts coming alive. Your story starts getting juicy, the gossip is out, the tea is you know, this is your cosmic nude, by the way, Lucy. You're literally showing everyone your cosmic nude right now.
All right, here we go. Well, I don't know enough about me already.
I was going to say, not the first time, is it, Luce?
It's Christmas. Anyway. And then the lines in the middle, the lines are called aspects, and the aspects are just how the planets are communicating with one another, and super important, just adds another important, deeper layer of interpretation. For example, again, you and I were both Tauruses. However, when you press your sun's in 11th house like mine as well. Your sun is connected to Jupiter, connected to Mars in the 8th house, Neptune here, your moon and Pluto down here in the 1st, right? So we're going to have the same essence of Taurus. Depends on your whole chart, look how much is going on here. Now, the majority of people don't even know an astrology birth chart exists. I can guarantee you any skeptic has never had an astrology birth chart reading done. They have, and they're still a skeptic, then please come to me, because you need to get a refund from whoever did it, right? Yeah, like whenever someone says, I'm like, do you know what an astrology birth chart is? No? Well then, who are you to, judge?
Yeah, a lot of people just focus on the sun signs though, don't they? Like, and that's all they know about. So
yeah, or you don't even know about that. Like for me, we had a conversation earlier, didn't we, Luce? And you were like, if I asked you right now, would you know your sun and moon?
And rising, that was
like,
it, yeah.
I was like, no. And obviously that's what we were saying earlier. Like, there's definitely an interest in this, and I like it. I'm very like wanting to learn more, but I don't even know what that means. So can you explain that sun and moon situ?
Yeah, so your sun sign is basically your star sign, your zodiac sign.
Okay.
So, but when you see it, again, magazines are on like bloody cups and stuff, and it says like Taurus, April 20th to May 20th. It's not even that, because again, it depends on what year, because the Earth's always moving. It depends what time. So if you're getting on one now, girls, I'm getting on. Right. Cusps don't exist. The sun cannot be in two places at once. If you're born on like the crossover day, this is when you need your time. Now, the sun and the season doesn't change at midnight. Oh, Gemini season now, it's 1 minute past 12. No, because it's not 1 minute past 12 in a different country. Depends on time. Like this year, Gemini season, I don't know when it bloody started, but like Gemini season could have started at 4:31 p.m. So any baby born before that would have been Taurus, but a baby born at 4:31 is a Gemini. Literally, final, like the first few minutes of it, right? Seconds. So that's when the time is so important. So yeah, if you are born on a cusp, just get your time and it'll tell you exactly what you are.
Yeah, my mum thought she was an Aries for years, and it's only till a couple of years ago. I mean, my mum's in her late 60s now, and she's been a Taurus her whole life. She's like, oh, that makes a bit more sense.
That makes sense.
Now.
And then, what about the moon then? So you've got obviously the sun, which is your sort of typical star sign. That's something I've learned today.
Oh, yeah. So I'll explain what your actual sun sign means. So your sun sign represents, I always like to use this analogy. So just think, England babes, how good we feel when the sun comes out. We've opened the blinds, the sun is out, we've not seen it for years, right? That
Mm.
feeling, the vitamin D we get from the sun, just generally, it's life force energy. That's the same in your chart. I always say you need to meet your chart halfway. The sun, like I said, it's your life force energy, what makes you feel like you're opening the blinds to a beautiful, warm, sunny day, the first day of spring, whatever, right? The sun is something you grow into over time. The sun is a sense of individuality. Your sun is the essence of you, it's your core identity, and it's where you are here, depending on what house it's in. So remember, the houses are the sections. So for you and I, Lucy, we're both 11th house suns. Um,
Right.
so whether the sun, which house it's in for you, that area of life, you need to put your focus there, your energy there, your life force energy there, create there, because that's how you find out more about yourself. That's where you're here to lead. That's where you're here to shine. So I actually really love my 11th house sun, because the 11th house represents the collective. It's something much bigger than you. It's like with those, you've got 3 planets in your 11th house, Lucy. So I know
Yeah.
you feel like a woman on a mission. You've not come here just to do a 9 to 5, get by, pay your bills and like die. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
It feels like you're here to really contribute to the collective. Is the frequency, power to the people vibes. You are a woman on mission.
Yeah,
Like
I
you are
can
a woman
relate to that. Yeah.
you know, Christ consciousness, things like that, if you're aware about that, just things like that. 11th house is groups, so it's really important for you to be actively, the word is actively, involved in groups, charitable work, things like that. So yeah, it's like if you neglect the house that your sun is in,
Mm.
how shit do you feel when the sun's not there? We go
Right.
grey. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
actually turn grey. And that's like what happens to you if you don't take care of the sun in your birth chart. You start turning grey, or, you know, "Oh, I feel so unfulfilled. I feel like there's no life in me. I'm lost, blah, blah, blah. Right? Your moon sign represents your inner world. So your moon represents, you know, your emotions, your unconscious patterns, how you emotionally react. It represents the mother. So I can always see what someone thinks about their mother in someone's chart.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Do we dare say?
no, it's fine.
And maybe we'll take this on. We're not recording. I would really like to know what you think I think of my mum.
Honestly, when my son was first born, I was like, straight to his moon. With not one bad aspect, thank God. But yeah. So when people are like, oh my God, how do you know that? I'm like, I just know how to read a chart. So yeah, your moon represents your mother. Also, happy moon, happy you, happy sun, happy you, actually. Your moon is what you need to feel safe, fulfilled in here. So with your moon in the 5th house, do you have a creative outlet? I don't mean work, I mean a natural creative outlet.
Mm.
Lucy.
I don't know. I was always like arts and crafty when I was younger, and if I do get but I haven't.
That's
Be
a no then.
sport now. Well,
No,
surely it would be fitness, won't it?
I'm not really into that since my accident, is it? It depends how you explain a creative outlet. Like,
Your creativity, it's such a broad umbrella. Do you sing? Do you dance? Do you write? Do you act? Do
I
you
used to
paint?
be
Do you
more.
draw? Do you knit?
No, I used to dance, but I get it. The injuries just
Yeah.
kind of stopped that. Do you know what I
But
mean? And that's how this
you
kind of podcast kind of came about, wasn't
But
it?
you are like creative though. Like, you know, in the pandemic when we came to yours, when we could obviously socialize again, you'd
Mm.
been making loads of stuff for your house, like
Oh
like
yeah,
really
to be
like
fair, yeah, like all the flowers and that you might
yeah.
see in the background, and like the dream catcher. So yeah, little bits, but I wouldn't say I actively sit down and go once a week I'll start
You
doing
need to.
something. Do you know what I mean?
You need to.
Right.
Right,
And
there we
it's going to
are.
be it's actually part of how you're going to heal your inner child. So
Oh.
you need to get, for you, art and creativity is part of how you're here to transmute your pain into power.
You know what? It's funny because now you said that, I did
No,
a
I
vision
said that.
board.
Go on.
Like only a couple of a couple of months ago now, and I instead of like instead of getting like newspaper or whatever magazines, I drew everything and painted it. And my friend actually took them. She was like, "If this screams autism, I don't know what." Because she came into the
I
living
get told
room and
that
there
all
was
the time. So
paint and
what?
everything. Yeah, and my mum came in my room the other day. She's like, "I've never seen those paintings before," and I was like, "They've been there weeks." So yeah, maybe it is just
Yeah.
little bits how I express myself. But
Yeah, you need to, especially with it being a Scorpio moon, you feel very deeply. You've probably not had the right environment to feel that. You're a Cancer rising as well. I'm a Cancer rising too, actually. We're literally twins. What the
oh,
So yeah, I won't go into the nitty gritties of it, but yeah, you do need a creative outlet. because, like I said, you need to meet your chart halfway, and it's telling you you need that. You need to use it to heal, because what's on the other side of that? More abundance, more growth, more joy, more fulfillment, more divine guidance to your next steps, more magic in your life.
Mel, I will make sure she gets a creative outlet, and I'll be giving you updates. And I am going to request some art for my house, please.
Yeah,
We'll do
honestly,
that.
right? Us Tauruses, yeah, set the scene, make it vibes. So you're going to have your music on. You've got your candles going. We can
Yeah.
smell things. You've got some snacky snacks, right? You're vibing. You probably do it you just after your period's finished, so you know your hormones are nice and high, right? Set the environment. So you got your art stuff out, paint, whatever, right? Whatever it is. I don't know. What's your intuition tell you? Set it up. I don't want it to feel like a chore. Romanticize it. You know, time for
Yeah.
Lucy.
Time for me. I
Mm.
think I probably have put a bit into this podcast as well, though.
Mhm.
It's
'cause,
work,
like,
though. No, it's work.
it's work.
For us,
Yeah.
no, we're all about that work, productivity, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I want it to be
Yeah,
no purpose, no
separate.
end goal.
Right.
I love that.
You got your fellow straight talking Taurus back in
Yeah.
your
I need that as well, because I'll try and swing it round like
Yeah.
this is that.
Don't worry, I'm going to adopt some Taurus in me, because I am the complete opposite, and I will adopt some of both of your Taurus and make sure she gets some creative stuff done. Obviously, in terms of these charts, then, when you're reading them to people, is there any times where someone's become really emotional with you, whether someone's sort of
Someone always cries.
like
Oh,
yeah, 'cause-
really?
yeah, like they tell us how that kind of goes. Then what do you pull out of these charts that suddenly makes someone get emotional?
The truth, their
Yeah.
upbringing, what they've come from. Like, hey, you went through this, but like I said before, I was like, but what are you doing about it? You know. However, so my bread and butter is career, purpose, and business. You know, I actually don't do general birth chart readings anymore publicly. I'm more of like word of mouth. So if someone pops into my DMs and say, "Hey Mel, saw you on a podcast talking about, can you do me?" I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, cool. Here's a secret link. You know, I like that bouginess, my Taurus. Reason why I stopped, a couple of reasons. Number one, I just love career success and money, and business. So that's what lights me up more. And I'm just the highlighter. So if I'm seeing some really traumatic charts, I found myself, how the fuck do I say this? Like, do you know what I mean? Or does this person even remember this trauma?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's one there. And I'm not trauma informed. I'm nothing like that. I just want to help you get successful, live your purpose, and get that money, girl. So I was like, right, I need to stop doing these and just shift how I present and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, like, God, I have cries all the time, even in my career ones and my purpose ones. And it's just not because I'm talking about like the pain. It's more so like the confirmation, and the comfort that it brings. Like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like, I felt like this was intuitively right for me to do, but monkey mind is loud and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I think for now, the cries that I get is the one.
Relief,
Yeah.
like relief for someone getting validated. And I suppose it, like you said, you're all about the purpose. So you're guiding, you're directing someone to where they're meant to be. And I think that that's what's so clever about this kind of stuff. And when I think about it, when I was sort of reflecting, you know, before we did this episode, I just think it's so interesting. And it's basically just another way of helping people through their life. And the fact that you are so passionate about it and you're so confident, like we were saying earlier, like that really must give people that belief in themselves. And if you're going to walk out of a reading with you and then go and like change the world, however big or small, however that looks for someone, that's going to give that person just the most amazing boost. So for you, as that satisfaction for the role that you play, it must be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Because I've always used to ask me, like, I remember as a kid, right, and I'd go on road trips and stuff, and I'd always look out of the window, which, you know, like the power plants.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? The bloody
Yeah.
The big, like the Abbott Runcorn kind of thing.
Yeah. And it just made me so sad, like, as a kid, crying and stuff. And I was like, this is so much pain in this world. Not just in my life as a child, but like all around me. And I just always remember feeling like, but how can I improve it? How can I improve it? And I realised now it's just one person at a time, one individual. because the more people that are living in alignment to their purpose, to their mission, I like to say, your spiritual assignment, it's not just your job. Like, I want people to come to me because they know they're here for a spiritual assignment. We're not messing around, because that's how we change the world, one person at a time. The more people that wake up, the more they lose, right? However, in saying that, I can always tell who's going to take my advice and who's not within like 10 minutes of the reading.
Yeah, because you've got to
Just
be
know.
adapted, haven't you? It's like anything. Like I always think about it's like the weather, isn't it? You listen to the weatherman, you look the next day and you know if it's going to be raining, you take an umbrella and stuff. But if you're having like an astrology reading and you're not prepared to, like you've just said then, Lucy, you need to be more creative. I'm not prepared to put that into my life. I'm not going to benefit from it.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
what
I can't be asked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not to get you, but do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like, I think people expect me to come to my readings and I'm saying, right, you're meant to be a florist or a chef or nursery teacher. No, like, you're very passionate. You said it yourself. It's like, this is my spiritual mission. This is your spiritual assignment. This is you, God, and your chart. This is what you're here to co-create in this lifetime here on Earth, to contribute to the world, to contribute to the collective. So if anyone's watching this or listening to this who feels like they are here on a mission, but they don't know what, they want to contribute, but they don't know what, then it's me you need to come to. However, if you're intrigued, but you're like, oh God, I don't, spiritual mission, what's she on about? I'm probably not your astrologer for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you won't do it. Because it's going to be like, oh wow, because it just takes a particular type of person, I think.
Yeah.
Building a business, building abundance, building your dream life, working with this, it just takes a particular type of person.
What focuses should I focus on from this then? From, you say, business, career kind of aspect, would you say?
So I like how you are obviously doing this to contribute to the collective. I think it'd be good for you to do in-person stuff, charitable things. Could be
Like you say, like community focus kind of thing.
Yeah, you need to be with all that 11th house stellium. A stellium is 3 or more planets in one place, one chart. Oh my God, one house. So when you've got like a stellium, that's God saying, yo girl, look over here. You need to put your energy there. So for you, you've got your sun there, which I've spoken about, your life force energy, where you're here to create, lead, shine. You've got Jupiter there, lucky girl. Jupiter is the planet of luck, abundance, growth, prosperity. However, that's all great, right? But before that, Jupiter requires you to take a leap of faith, to bet on yourself, to take risks. Most people won't, they're too scared. But once you do that, on the other side of that is the abundance, luck, the opportunities. With your sun and Jupiter connected both at 12 degrees, you need to be walking around this world like your lucky girl syndrome. Like, those two together, very, especially in your 11th house, it's like once you get out into the real world as well, you're going to be very magnetic. You're here to share your wisdom. So you need to be like actually programming that in your mind. So yes, you've had an accident. Yes, you've been through this. Yes, you've been through that. Oh, I'm not lucky. Actually, how can we rewrite that? How can we flip the script, right? And because that's a beautiful, beautiful placement, that. And then Mercury here, also in your 11th, Mercury in your chart is where it's connected to trade. What's trade? Money, baby. I'm a Capricorn moon, that's why I love money so much. I'm a Taurus, right? We're here to build resources so we can improve the world. So Mercury is connected to trade. So in business terms, wherever Mercury's in your chart, that's what you want to be speaking about to attract trade. Mercury in your chart is what you're naturally interested in as well. It's where you need to share your message. Jupiter as well, that's the planet of wisdom and sharing your message, guiding and teaching. So a big part of your message needs to be authenticity.
I think you're hitting this a lot anyway, aren't you, Luce? Like the stuff that you're saying, Mel, I feel like that you're on that right track anyway. So this is probably going to just give you that extra boost, right?
Yeah, 100%. Because
you get out into the real world doing stuff to contribute, like
getting more now.
Yeah.
Like I say, I think they always say, don't they, like with Saturn and whatever, you hit those kind of 7 years and whatever. I don't know how much is in that. Do you know what I mean?
Saturn
I think a lot of me, I focused my career, shall I say, it's how I met Hannah. I always wanted to be a holiday rep when I was little. I wanted to be a holiday. That's what I ended up doing.
I did travel and tourism in year 9.
We're all connected that way then. Travel.
I can tell you exactly why you've chosen travel, but go on.
Oh, that would be interesting. And then I came out of that, I started, like, losing love for that, and I was around coming about 30 then, and then I went buggered off to New Zealand, and actually came back early from New Zealand, and then COVID hit, and then I was stuck, like,
Mm.
do you know what I mean? Physically stuck here, and I got the house, got the mortgage, started adulting, and then I won't lie, for the last so many years, I have been a bit like, "What do I do now?" I feel like I've retired from what I wanted to do, and it's just finding that thing. And I know, like, they say things happen for a reason, but I got really into my fitness and maybe overly obsessed. And then this accident's happened. And I do truly believe that it's took so long for my recovery and for all the downfalls that I've been shooting back up. And then something's gone wrong. It's got infected and it's got a lot worse. And I'm unfortunately become, like, disabled at the moment due to it. But there's a reason for that to make me stop and fucking think. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And create.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then obviously this has come off the back of it with the podcast and talking to others, and we have opened up, like, other doors. Like, we've got, like, obviously people have been interested. We've helped others as well. People have been getting in contact and saying, you know what, I checked my breast through this episode and I've gone to the doctors.
Aw.
I listened to this through addiction and I've gone to, get my liver checked. And we're
Yeah.
only a little small podcast at the moment. We've only been going, like, just over a month. But
Yeah.
we, like, people are actually, going out of the way to message us and not even just think about us. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and all that kind of thing. So that's where I want to go with it. And like you say, community. Could people go, "Oh, you'd be really like a good, like, life counselor, like one-on-one?" I said, "I can't be doing one-on-one." I said, "People irritate me one-on-one, and if they don't listen to me by the third time," I said, "I'll lose my shit." So I was like, it's more like you said, it's about those people being around me. I could be in a
Mm.
people, like, and people inject stuff and the energy that way, but I don't see it one-on-one. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? So I think
Not
that's
yet.
why
You never know.
no, you never know.
Do you know what I mean? You never thought you'd be doing this, but here we are.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, true.
You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if down the line you're a lot more out into the world, like, physically as well, because Taurus, ruling your 11th house, Taurus is the physical material world.
I mean, feel free to say anything that's gonna even I'm literally an open book. It's like, do you know what I mean? If it's gonna, like,
Right.
intrude anybody else who's listening to go, "I wanna find out more about that because how the fuck does she know this?" Like
It is very, very interesting.
Yeah.
You okay then. You've got issues to sort out with your mum.
Oh, really?
Things
Is
that
that the
So yeah, some past life things to do with relationships. If you keep or have attracted a lot of wounded partners, things like that, or maybe you're not feeling worthy in relationships. And your biggest spiritual lesson. I can't speak, girls. Your biggest spiritual lesson actually comes from that one-on-one.
Oh,
Um, your North Node. So your North Node up here is your mission, your purpose, fate, and destiny. You're actually in your North Node return, and it's in Pisces in the 9th house for you. So your North Node is like you have to embody that, be the sign, develop the house. So with it being in Pisces, where it is now in the heavens, so your North Node return, this is a once in a
right.
18-year cycle for you right now. So Pisces is the healer, the one to serve through grace, love, compassion. Yeah, so your North Node's in Pisces, it's in the 9th house. So your North Node in your chart is where you need to embody, so you can align to your fate and your destiny. And with it being in Pisces, you're the healer. You're here to serve through compassion, with wanting nothing in return. With it being in the 9th house, which is actually connected to travel. So the
Wow.
more you travel, the more you get your next intuitive step, which you need to be. Both Pisces rule spirituality, and so does the 9th house. It's like the higher mind connected to God. When I say God, I don't mean a man in the sky, and the God in you. So that leads me on to, are you in the right environment? Physical environment, mental environment, spiritual environment to receive your next spiritual intuitive steps, because that's how you're here to lead your life. You're not here to think with logic and what makes sense.
Mm.
Which can be tough for us earth signs. Okay, what's the plan?
Yeah.
But that's not serving you in this lifetime, because on the axis here
Oh, yeah.
is the South Node, and the South Node is past life and it's your comfort zone. However, there's gifts and resources to be used to push up to your North Node. So with
Right.
yours being in Virgo, you need to, like I just said there, the lower expression of Virgo is anxiety, restlessness. So you really need to make sure your nervous system is taken care of, not just when it's an emergency. all the time, especially with Gemini over here. The more you plan, the more you lose, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're not here to live your life through, all right, step 1 and step 2 and step 3. It's more of like, okay, let's surrender. Let's surrender to a higher power. Let's surrender to the power in me, the God in me, where my intuition is taking me. So again, make sure your physical environment and temple is open and ready to receive, because the more you cleanse all that, the more you know your direction. Because your direction in life is a bit flowy because it's water. So you need to make sure your nervous system feels safe with surrendering, because what's the plan? It needs to make logical sense. When in fact, that's not how you align to your fate.
Mm. No, it's funny you say that, because I don't think, when people go, what's your 5-year plan? I'm like, I
I don't
don't
have
know.
one. I don't have a plan. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
have
and
a
it's funny when
plan.
you say about luck, because I know I've had my accident and whatever, like always through my life, I'm like, I've just winged most things. Everything just turns out all right.
Yeah, that Jupiter up
So,
there, like you just land
yeah.
on your feet, like you know you're good.
Yeah.
Oh. So
That's,
what
yeah.
about, like, because I know with Hannah's, you couldn't get as in depth as this, could you? Because you haven't got the time. So when you've
No,
got like someone's date of birth and
that's
Yeah.
Hannah's
whatever.
part.
Yeah, so just on
Ah.
that, I did ask my dad, and he literally just messaged me back saying, "No idea, I'm sorry." And then my mum, unfortunately, couldn't remember. She said sometime in the afternoon. So Mel has done what she can with the information that I gave her. So I'm very interested to see. And I'm sorry, Mel, that I couldn't get you exactly what you need, but I trust that there is something that I can take away from this. So I'm very excited to see what you say.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I can't do the houses because you need
No.
time for the houses, so I can't really do anything like that, because the afternoon it's such a, broad. If it was
I
like,
know.
it's between 1 and half 1, then
I
cool.
know, honestly, I literally said, and she was like, sometime in the afternoon. But anyway, it's fine.
Yeah,
Maybe that's just
especially
part of my whole energy that everything is off.
yeah. Bless you. Especially because, you're born in the summer, so they might have thought it was afternoon, but it was like 9 o'clock at night still, because it's still
Yeah,
light.
true.
Maybe she was so high on the labour drugs that she just guessed it was the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
So you've got a Libra moon. So, like I said, I can't give the houses, so I can't give super detailed. But your moon sign represents what you need to feel safe and taken care of, fulfilled, happy moon, happy you. So with your Libra, with your Libra moon, it's really important for you to, what I always say to Libra strong people is, have an identity away from your partnership. Because with that Libra moon there, for you, safety is love. Like, love is safety. Having a partner, things like that. That one-on-one, which can obviously trip people up. Venus rules Libra, and Libra and Venus are both connected to beauty. Beauty in the environment, beauty with yourself. So the more you take care of how beautiful you feel, the better your life goes. And, it's not superficial. I'm a Taurus, I'm ruled by Venus. So I always make sure that, okay, I know that I need to feel good. Little things like putting my nice perfume on. It's not just for special occasions. I'm alive. That's a special occasion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So having that Venus there, that Venus moon for you, Hannah, again, just making sure, not letting yourself go. Not letting
I'm sure Rob will be happy about that.
especially as a mom, right?
Mhm.
Why do they let themselves go? My best friend, she's a Taurus, Capricorn moon like me, and she's a Libra rising. Now she's double Venus. She is so Libra, like she's so beautiful all the time, like just glammed up. Like I remember stayed at her house last year. She was putting like bloody lip gloss on and lip liner for bed. So when a man wakes up next to her, she's like, all right, let's do my hair for bed. Like,
Okay, I'll take note. I'll take note to not let myself go. And like I said, I'm sure Rob, who's my other half, will be very happy. He'll be like, "You can tell Mel that I'm very thankful for that."
I'm not saying, go to those extremes like my bestie.
Yeah.
But there is power in a woman feeling beautiful. Just feel how good we feel when our hair's done nice. We've got our nice perfume on, we're put together. Because we're feeling better. We go about the world better. We're letting people go on the junction everyone can go. Do you know what I mean? So it's like those tiny little things.
Yeah.
Buying yourself flowers just because. Romanticising life. Making sure your environment is literally beautiful, you know, really important for you. And I know you may think it sounds like surface level, but to me, beauty, Venus of God, it's not surface level to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, even how we're attached to our hair as women and our beauty, right? It's very sacred, beauty.
Mm-hmm.
But again, because society and the men ruling it likes to swat it all and make us feel bad, or beauty standards and all these things. It's like, but when you go back to ancient times and, you know, especially Egyptian goddesses and things like that, it's all sacred, isn't it? Taking care of your beauty.
Well, it's that self-care element as well, because when you were just sort of talking about that beauty side of things, like when you take care of yourself, however that may be, like you said, spraying perfume, putting lip gloss on, having a bath, all that kind of stuff is really important. And
As women, it really is.
Yeah, it
like girl
links.
time. You've got your candles on, you got your snacky snacks, you got your program on, just little things like that, right?
Yeah. I've got the Becoming Lucy podcast playing. plug everyone. But no, fab. Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah, and even little things like wearing matchy. You know, we're not wearing knickers with holes in 2026, Hannah. Get rid, right?
Let me just make a note of that. Hang on.
Hey, baby. But again, this power, I don't know what it is, or maybe it's just me, I don't know, but like there's just all the tiny little things that you may feel like, oh, how's that going to contribute to my mental health? Well, I feel a lot better when I get in the shower and do my hair and my face is good. And do you know what I mean?
You
It is.
do.
Yeah.
And with that Libra there, that moon there, like you do need that, and that's okay. But yeah, lots of romanticizing your life, buying yourself flowers, maybe every Friday, because Venus Day, which is ruled by your moon, is Friday. So every Friday, dedicate a day to you, you know?
Yeah.
But buying yourself, like I said, buying yourself some flowers, buying the better chocolate, not the cheap Cadbury stuff that isn't any chocolate anymore, right? Real chocolate, or nice little hot chocolate, just something. Do you get the vision?
Yeah, and I'm going to put it on the joint account.
For mental health.
If he's getting matching underwear, I'm putting it on the joint.
You know what I mean? Yeah, defo, go to Hannah Burdett, like 200 quid for a bra. So your North Node, so what I spoke about. So I'm going to do two birds, one stone here. So your North Node and your Jupiter. Remember, Jupiter is the planet of luck, prosperity, and abundance. However, before that, you need to bet on yourself, take leaps of faith. So be the sign for you, Aries, and then the North Node. Be the sign. So two birds, one stone, yeah? I'm efficient Taurus here. So with it being an Aries, do you have your own thing, like business or anything like that? Or are you leading anything?
I'm a people manager in my job, so I lead a team.
Okay, yeah. Would you like to?
I have done with most of my jobs. That's how I met Lucy. I was her manager back in the day. Yeah.
It's manager players. So yeah, do you want your own thing?
I think I suppose the leap of faith and wanting my own thing would probably lead mostly to this podcast, I'd say, in terms of mine and Lucy's ideas. You should see our messenger, Luce, in it. It's crazy with like our voice notes, our ideas, you know, what we want to do, and we are feeling in a really positive space with it, which we want to continue. So I suppose in terms of that and the leap of faith element, that's probably where I can recognise it right now, which is this podcast.
Yeah, you need to be doing your own thing. Something that fires you up. Aries is fire. It's strength, it's vigor, it's going to war, right? So the way you need to literally build your dream life, like you are going to war. This is Sparta. There is no plan B. We're going to win, right?
Luce, get your armour on. We're going to war, babes. You bring the luck, I'll bring the armour.
That's funny, that. Yeah, definitely. Love that. So yeah, it's like the more you can embody this Aries energy into your life, the more luck, abundance, synchronicities, the more you align to your fate and destiny. It's like you've just got to, with Aries, it's like, I'll just go and I'll think later. Fuck it, fires me up, feels right. So always following that. You got a lot of Cancer up there. Cancer is water and your intuition. So it's like pairing your intuition with what feels like, F it, let's go, doing this. I'm scared, but I won't die. I'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, how is your relationship with your intuition? Both of you, actually, because for you as well, Lucy, you're literally here to land to your fate with your next intuitive step.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot better. I've been doing a lot of tapping in, do you know what I mean? And trying to be quiet with myself and talk,
Proper
like even
northern that,
today.
man, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? I do.
My dad calls me for that all the time. But like, I've been trying to like, like you do your tapping in like your body clock. And then today I was like, you don't even need to stand up and do this, Lucy. Your gut knows. You're telling yourself right now what is going on. So I'm trying to lean more back into that, because I think a lot of the time I have been so busy, and like you say, that kind of Taurus energy, like crack on, do this, I'm like, no, you'll
Because
get
our
the
worth
answers
is
once you shut
attached
up.
to how much we produce.
Right.
So that's how we feel. We're being a good girl. Have I done well? Have I produced enough? Am I successful? But take all that away. But yeah, big ones for your chart, Lucy, was the that nervous system stuff, because you can't let that voice and the fear take over and all those things.
I would say for my intuition, I definitely don't tap into it enough. If anything, I second guess myself on everything, which I need to get better at. And then that's just like my personality in general, the imposter syndrome for everything. What are people saying
not
about
Aries,
me?
is it? That's not Aries.
It's
Aries
not.
knows who she is.
Yeah.
She's here to win, and she don't give a fuck, right? She's
And I
gonna
got
do it.
bougie underwear on as well.
Matchy on. She's going to war.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I need to probably think of that when I'm second guessing myself. But yeah, intuition wise, I definitely need to trust it more, I would say,
You need to
and
assist that,
not
yeah.
second guess myself, because that's where you back, and I spend too long then trying to make a decision, which and I'm not very good. Pardon?
Libra moon, indecisive.
Yeah.
That's what is air.
I'm
up here.
Yeah.
Another thing with air, all these ideas, make sure you actually ground them, right? When Miss Earth can help you there,
Yeah.
You know what, that does actually work, doesn't it? Because when we started this, she was like, right, we won't tell anybody and we'll just get all this planned. I went, no, we're doing it in 4 weeks. So I was like, 4th of November is the date we're doing it. The day before I go back into hospital. She was like, okay.
It is a very good dynamic, isn't it? Like, and I think that's what's making it work so well at the minute.
Yeah,
so
the idea, Phil, and the one who's grounding it is so important.
Yeah.
Because that Libra, you can, like you've literally just said it yourself, so indecisive, back and forth. It's air. So again, you're up here. It's air is logic. What makes sense? But remember, what your moon means it's what's safe. So for you, it feels safe. What makes sense? The logical route. That makes me feel safe. But you've got to ask yourself, like, with this back and forth, not trusting yourself, but this indecisiveness, imposter syndrome, get to the root cause of that. Why you like that? What you're doing about that? What you actually doing about it? Because you don't want to let that take over and rule everything. So yeah, sit down with yourself. Right, where has this come from? God, speak through me, or whatever. Because yeah, you'll spend months back and forth, right? Everything's just an idea. So I'm glad Mrs. Taurus is like, right. Come on, let's sort this out.
She's the pace driver, and then the ideas we just sit and, like I said, we're really good at sharing these ideas, and it's like. But yeah, I think definitely though, in terms of like the comfort zone stuff, which is linked with this, I am getting, I think, better at stepping out of the comfort zone.
Just got to do it. Just got to be so like, I always use it all the time. This is what I just say. I'm like, right, I've been through worse. I'm not going to die. It's just a podcast. It's just this.
Yeah, that's the thing though. And if you like, again, what you were saying earlier, I mean, I've not got a 21 carousel, but who knows, I might put one up. But yeah, like my story is actually filled with quite a lot of trauma from my younger years. And that's where I think sometimes I wish I could be like, bloody hell, I've been through worse, or I've had this. But I think as I've got older, I've got more fearful. I feel like I've got more to lose. And that's where those decisions are harder for me now. And I think back to my early years after the trauma and what I did in my 20s and stuff. And God, I was so much freer, and I want an element of that back, but I also want to respect the responsibility that I've got as well, because I also think that's given me certain personality things that I also need to move forward. So it's just finding that combination of like being a bit freer and not having that constant back and forth in my head, and then just obviously taking those bits that I've grown with over the years and using it for the right way, you know. So yeah, it's a conversation to have internally for sure.
Yeah, and always just look for social proof. Look for someone else who's been through whatever, similar to you, same age, same circumstances, or similar. And be like, well, they've done it. Why can't I? Put pen to paper. Why can I not do this? And things will come up. Like your brain will tell you, oh, because you're from a town where no one knows anyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's ridiculous things that come up. But yeah, definitely put pen to paper. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just very, well, just gonna do it. I don't know. It's just,
and that's the astrology side that's so interesting. And obviously us talking about our charts today, like how there's similarities but also like so many differences as well. And obviously, even though we've not been able to dig into mine too deep because of the time, even the stuff we have talked about is really interesting. It's, you know, it resonates. There's things that, you know, that go into war type thing, and you know what we've been talking about with the pod and everything. It is all very much like, do you know what, there are absolutely things that we can take away from this and utilize going forward. Just again, it's that believing in yourself, it's that trusting yourself, and luckily, like Luce and I have got each other to help as well, you know, like, and I think that's really special to drive this forward and to have each other's backs.
Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, just remember that Aries energy for you, Hannah, because that's how you align to your fate, destiny, purpose, and potential. And that's how you create more abundance.
Yeah.
So
if ever out and about now, Hannah, I'm like, get your armour on and shut up. One question I do have about Matt, because I know obviously, and I've seen it earlier on your page where you read about like people want to try and find love and stuff like that. But can you find what you should want from a partner for your birth chart? Because I feel like I'm going to be single forever, and it's funny how you brought up with my mum. It's like those kind of things, and we had things in the past. I think we're very fine now, and we have had those conversations. Like I've had relationships with men, women. You know, she had her views on those kind of things, and do you know what I mean? We have spoke
what do you
about
prefer? More men or women?
More men.
She's back to men now, Mel.
I feel like trying women. Do you want a date? Am I your type?
This is why we've been aligned.
This is fake. This could be a first. I'll see myself out if you want. I'll let you guys crack on. This could be something.
I'm like, oh, I might try women, you know. But yeah, totally. So let me get in fact, you two, you both have Venus. See there, this is yours, Hannah, and you have in Gemini as well, Lucy. So both of you listen to this. So your Venus sign is what you need in a partner, and what you give in partnerships. So with it being in Gemini, it's really important for you to intellectually connect with your partner. Like if they just don't stimulate your mind, what's the point? Do you know what I mean?
What if they stimulate it too much and they do wedding?
Well, to be fair, like Gemini is restlessness, overwhelm, anxiety. So chaotic.
I'm only joking. You know, it's like he does wedding sometimes. Is that overstimulation?
Nervous system stuff. So yeah, you need to be able to emotionally, intellectually connect with your partner, like have things to talk about. It's good for you to like little road trips with them, go into new places, short distant things, not just the same shit all the time. Groundhog Day, keep it busy, keep it active, you know, not super busy like regiment, but more like, you know, oh, should we just go on a road trip? Yeah, why not? That's what Gemini needs. It's playful energy. It's youthful. Is your relationship playful? Is it youthful, or has it lost that? You know, let's bring it back. Who were you both before babies, right? it's important for you to be able to like speak your truth. So both of yous actually, do you see the little key thing there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So both of yous have got like, both in Gemini and conjunct. The key looking thing, it's an asteroid called Chiron, and Chiron is your wounds, trauma, what you need to heal, non-negotiable heal. I've been therapy for mine, to be fair. Runs deep, you know, and I don't mean affirmations here and there. Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is subconscious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So with it being in Gemini, it's important for you to trust your voice, trust what you've got to say, trust that you're smart enough and you do know things and people do want to hear you. People do want to hear you speak. Because maybe growing up or with partners in the past, they've been, stop talking all the fucking time, shut up. It's really important for you to have that freedom to express your thoughts and ideas with being Gemini, especially with your partner. And they need to know that about you as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like you carrying on the argument. It's like, no, you need to voice this out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you need to look at for relationships and stuff, to be fair. The moon's what you need. So your partner, Hannah, he needs to be telling you how beautiful you are, how loved you are, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dyslexic, sometimes it's like swaps words on, so I hope you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you need
Yeah.
to feel like you're a goddess. He needs to make you feel that. So if you're listening, Dave,
Rob, don't say Dave. We'll be thinking something else then. He'll be like, who's Dave? I'll be getting a divorce before I'm married, Mel.
So yeah, Rob, what this Libra moon needs, she needs to feel beautiful. She needs to feel goddess. You need to worship this woman. Was chocolates, romanticize life. I don't want to hear you too tired. Don't care. She's an amazing woman. Anyway, but yeah, with this Gemini, it's like you want to learn things from your partner. What can they teach you? You don't want to be speaking about the same stuff all the time. Like, oh, weather's bad, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm
What
starting to
chocolate
think
did
of
you
my
buy?
dating bio now. So I'm like, right, you need to go out on small trips. You need to do stuff.
Yeah.
Make that list.
But to be
Yeah.
fair, like it's funny how you say about the intellectual thing and the not talking about the same stuff because like Rob and I have been together 50
Gemini.
well,
Bored.
that's I think that's a good thing because Rob and I have been together 15 years and we have obviously normal conversations. We've got a 3-year-old, we've got a dog, we've got a house and stuff, but we always talk about different things.
Good.
Like and he teaching wise, I remember he taught me, this sounds so boring, but we've been together 15 years now. But I remember when we first got together, we would like sit and he would like teach me about like history and stuff. And like I'm not bothered about that, but because I fancied him, I thought, well, I'll listen to him. But like yeah. But like over the years, like he has taught me like a lot, and we have like really like lovely and good conversations. And it was just funny how you said that because I'm like, that's probably a really big part that's like helped our relationship because we do have, you know, I mean, he might say I'm not intellectual, but you know what I mean? We have like different conversations. We talk about lots of different things. Yes, we have the normal stuff that you talk about every day, like who's picking this, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it's just funny how you said that. And then obviously there's other elements that probably isn't maybe as consistent or as it should be, but I'm like, when you take the overall picture and I'm like thinking about it's just, that is definitely a big part of like our relationship, like our conversation for sure.
And that remember your moon's air as well, so what you need, and that Venus up there, but they're both air, so you actually craft out conversation time, like no phones, put them in upstairs, get the vibe going, matchy by the end of it. You know what I mean? Great conversation, do all the talking, you know.
That'll bloody turn him off, Mel.
I'm going to war.
I'm going to war. Lucy, you've got to sit this now, babe. So.
But I think that'd be a nice thing, like, you know, just having, you know, like let's sitting down, having snacks and just talking shit, and do you know what I mean? Like, but actually carving the precious time for it, because that air definitely does need it for sure. But with yours, Lucy, like I said, your Venus as well is in Gemini. Your Venus is in the 12th house. Do I have to answer? But Venus in the 12th house can manifest as secret hidden affairs. you know?
Oh.
So
Okay, is now the time you're going to tell me something?
it might have been when you was dating girls secretly or something, do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But yeah, you've also, the 12th house is also past life. So these two, Venus and Chiron there, your wounds in the 12th,
Right.
you've
So I
got
basically did something bad in a past life, and now I'm paying for it in this one when it comes to my love life.
hammer brew. Yeah, it's, you can have like poor boundaries with that placement as well when it
Right.
comes to
That
men.
makes sense.
Playing the saviour. I'll fix you. I love a project.
Oh, you know what? I'm learning not to do that. I learned that from my last one.
We've got
Jesus.
potential.
Yeah, I think it's not a job, is it?
No.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just maybe, look at that and you want to look at your subconscious beliefs when it comes to relationships as well. What do you believe to be true when it comes to men? And I know sometimes it's hard to find the proof sometimes, right? But yeah, ask yourself, right, are your subconscious beliefs about love blocking you? What is your mum's beliefs about men, and what did you experience with her partners, whatever, growing up? Then how was that imprinted on you? Because the 12th house is also the umbilical cord effect. So whatever your mum was feeling, going through whilst you was growing in her womb, that imprints in the 12th. So and then
Oh,
obviously that passes to the kid, doesn't it? So
that's
maybe these
interesting.
aren't even yours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have a word with Martin.
I know. He's lovely. My dad's lovely, by the way, obviously. It's probably why I have so many issues, because no one compares, but you know what I mean? But,
No, that's
no,
true, that, yeah.
yeah, but I can see that with boundaries, definitely, and I think, again, it's that subconscious. I have tried to, like, thinking to myself, like, even, like, the last 6 months, like, what is it that I truly want? Is that, it's like, I think everything's always been not even a game. That's hard. That's horrible to say, isn't it? But like, I don't know. It's like you get with a partner. It's like, again, it's like, oh, I can fix you. Okay, I won you. It's like, oh fuck, what do I do now? Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, was it actually for the right reasons and all
But
these
just
kind
fix
of
them for
things?
the next girl when he leaves you.
Uh,
Do you know what I mean?
What's that? Sorry.
You're just fixing them for the next
Yeah.
girl. Off
Yeah.
Yeah.
you. Like, right, I'm
Yeah.
great now, I'm going to leave. Bye. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and
Another
again,
thing in your chart points to that. Neptune in the 7th house I've got this as well. Again, notorious for I'll save you, playing the martyr. Might attract partners who are just very disappointing. A
mm,
lot of disappointments come from partners, but also they're also your biggest spiritual lessons. But
yeah.
the 7th house is actually another area of your chart to look at for partnerships. So inside your 7th, for you, it's Capricorn, and you've got Neptune there, Saturn there, and Uranus there. So I've got Uranus there, but just no Saturn. So that your 7th house tells me you want a spiritual man, or woman, someone who's like Capricorn energy and Saturn energy. Saturn rules Cap. So someone who's got the shit together, hardworking, maybe successful. I know this is true for me. I also want a man who's got his own business, because I have. He's got money. He's wealthy, that type of energy. Why would I want to date someone who's not got any money? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Uranus, do you know what I mean? Been struggle all my life. Why would I? Do you know what I mean?
Same hi, guys.
Sorry. And then Uranus there is you also is catch 22, because with Neptune in your 7th, it can manifest as like, Disney love and my dream person and the dream and everything's rose and glasses is the one. I've only known him for 5 minutes, but I don't care. This time it's different, right? So there's that one side of
I
us,
like the
and then the
acting.
Uranus on the other side is like, ugh, get off me. Always touching me. Fuck off. Right? And
Yeah.
Taurus is as well, because Uranus in your chart is where you need freedom. So it's like, one hand, we need the freedom. Like for me, I can never imagine living with someone. I I
My
only
mum
want,
says that about me now,
yeah.
actually. Yeah.
No, I actually don't. I don't understand. I want to be in mood and peace. Do you know what I mean? Leave me alone. I would only ever live with a man if I had like separate quarters. and I could just come out of my little luteal phase cocoon, like, "Feed me, give me money," you know?
That's like literally the complete opposite to me. Like I literally couldn't imagine like living on my own. I always
Libra.
need to be around people.
Yeah.
Like
No.
as I've got older, I think, and as my life's got busier, I definitely enjoy that me time, which I'm going to lean into with the self-care stuff that we were
Yeah.
talking about. But I literally always have to be around people.
Oh,
Like,
no.
and
I've changed. When I was younger, yeah, get me out the house now. I'm
No,
quite
I
happy in my
just all what
company.
I want is, like, a weekend boyfriend for the first 2 weeks of my cycle, and once I hit
Yeah.
ovulation and I can feel that luteal phase,
Do you think that's an
no.
older thing though as well? Because I've got a lot of mates the same who are single now, and I think the more you're on your own, you're just like,
Yeah, I've been
or is
single for,
that?
like, 8.5 years. I just
Mm,
couldn't, and having to just message someone and check, I don't care, like, do you know what I mean? I don't
mm,
know. Maybe because I'm in the life of building this in the on the part of building this abundant life, and part of love is the last thing on my mind.
mm,
But I've
yeah, I
always
think
had this vision that, once I'm got to where I wanna be financially, where I'm living in the world, I know that's when I'm gonna meet my person, and we'll be able to give each other what we need. It's like I'm not teaching him and he's not my guru, and vice versa. We're both level, we've both
mhm,
got the money, we've got the business, we've got all these things, and we're just like, "Right, let's
yeah.
have some fun. You stay
yeah,
over
that's
there
what
and I'll stay
I'm
in my corner."
hoping. That's what I'm hoping
They
now
say
as
when
well
you're
because
not,
I've just the apps are just draining me and
Oh
like
god,
uh,
yeah.
just talking. It's like you get like wasted energy going out on dates and like I could have been doing this instead. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But then you
we're all
got to
just
put
so
yourself out
unhinged.
there. It's just
Yeah, we've got
really.
money to make. We're Tauruses. We have got money to make. I know I keep banging on about it, but
Mm,
we have. And especially with your chart, there's 11th house here, and you Aquarius midheaven, and your Mars in Aquarius. Your midheaven represents your career purpose and fulfillment. Both Aquarius and the 11th house represent that mission, contributing to the world, collective, raising the frequency of the world. Um, And once a man comes into the picture, all that goes on the back burner. It
uh,
really does, and I've realised that myself.
yeah, I can agree with that. Oh,
It's like, just think when you're in the zone creating, you're not on your phone, you're not worrying about this, you're not worrying about that, you're just so in the zone, and then you'll get an
mm,
idea
yeah.
and something will come through.
Mm.
But because your chart is very hard to pin down, 'cause you've got a Cancer ascendant as well, it's like, it's very intuitive led, and that depends on you. I don't know
Mm.
what God is going to tell you to do next, but you have to meet this halfway. This is how you need to meet your life,
Yeah, to get onto that
which is
track,
hard in this
basically.
world.
Mm. But I'll speak to my mum. We are quite close,
Good.
so but I think again it's that whole, that relationships and thing. I've never been open really talking about relationships and that though either. Do you know what I mean? So maybe I need to talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah. Just
Maybe
see how
that's
it
probably the
unravels.
Scorpio in me because I'm quite secretive about it. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Cards close to
So
your chest.
yeah. Do you think would you say mine and Hannah's dynamic works then? Or would
Yeah,
you
like
not?
I was saying before, like she's the ideas girl. But and
Mm,
like with you with the ground in there, it's like, right, let's just right. Step number one first. Right?
mm.
fun as we keep pushing this forward. Yeah, we keep going with this pod.
Yeah, you're going to war in your sexy panties, girl. So
No,
uh,
probably
um,
get more viewers.
yeah,
Welcome.
oh, and say, like, if anyone was obviously listening, well, hopefully there'll be a good few people listening, but if
yeah.
they were gonna look at their birth chart after listening today, what's the first thing that they should look at?
Depends what they want to know.
Because what would
Oh,
they just get off simply, like, Google ChatGPT anyway? It's not gonna be, like, obviously nowhere in depth of what obviously you go into, is it? It's like, if there's a little bit of
Yeah, it doesn't weave
interest.
it together.
mm.
Like I
No.
said before, I'm all about like, here's how you're going to use it. Here's how you're going to get successful. Here's how you're going to um build this
Well, I
abundance.
think that's the
Yeah,
answer, I suppose, isn't it? I suppose
all of
if
it.
someone
It's
is
all of
really,
it together.
yeah, if someone really is interested after listening to this episode, then can they come into your DMs like you said earlier? If the odd person comes in, you'll sort of consider it. Like that's probably a good plug for you as well, isn't it?
Yeah, the little secret bougie link for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and where can they find you? What's your Instagram again, Mel? Just to announce it. We'll put it in our summary and that as
yeah,
well, but
Mel the Astrologer.
there you go. You
excellent.
can
So
find
yeah,
you on Instagram and you're more on
TikTok.
TikTok, aren't
Yeah, I
you?
am a
Yeah,
TikTok girly. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
go and check
Wait,
her
how
out.
old are you, Mel? Just out
sorry,
of interest. How old
sorry.
are you, Mel?
32.
32, so it's not that much. I just thinking with the whole TikTok, Instagram, because I'm literally trying to
Yeah,
figure out
we're,
TikTok at the
yeah, we're
moment.
not TikTokers, are we, Luce? We're like really trying to
Freaking
get that.
clue. Like, I'm trying to. I think I tried to search for the other day, but I searched for you somewhere else and it won't come up. I'm like, I know she's there.
You start recording like a little old person like that.
Well, Mel,
Yeah.
we might need your help. And also, where I thought, Lucy, at one point where you were going with that was you were going to start asking about whether, you might want to take this offline when you were like, how old are you? I was like, oh, okay, we are revisiting that then. All right, then. So, listen back, guys. There might be a different type of episodes in a few months.
I don't
You can
ever
believe
forget
that
in a
though, Mel, that
Taurus.
like I'm not obviously trying to plug myself, me and you, but like, does astrology bring people together as well? Can you see that in charts or
It's not
like
something I actually look for, so I
no,
can't really answer that, to be honest.
no? It's just off the back of that. I just thought
I
it was
think you got pied,
interesting.
Luce.
Not my type.
Well, I think what we'll do is do what we do to every single guest. We did reference it right at the start of the episode, and it's been such an interesting and amazing one. And I think it's definitely been a little bit different to what we normally do. However, this question is valid because you are our guest. Who would you say that Mel is becoming now?
Who am I becoming now? Just even more deeper into my mission, deeper into serving God, serving this world, serving myself. Safe, calm, and relaxed. She's safe, she's calm, she's relaxed, she's abundant. I'm actually happy.
Oh,
I feel like I am all those things already, but just, yeah, more of that.
Amazing.
Yeah, just
Amazing.
really, I need to be a
no,
bit bolder, I think. There's a lot of things I want to say, but I think it's just instant. I think that's why I love TikTok so much because it's more raw, it's more vulnerable. And I feel like on Instagram, there's like people from school watching, like
mm,
Mornington spirits. And do you know what I mean? It's that. I don't know. I just feel like it's shady energy.
no, I
And
can get that. Yeah,
it's
on
just
TikTok we get a lot of
something.
strangers that I haven't got clues on
Yeah.
TikTok, and they're commenting.
Yeah,
So
they
I
yeah,
love
they
it.
appreciate this pod in a more genuine way sometimes, and that's not Instagram doesn't, like, of course, but
Yeah.
that's what we mostly get our non-followers are TikTok, aren't they? Like,
Mm.
like people that don't know us, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. A lot of my clients are from America now, actually, because they just
Oh.
found me on TikTok, which is great. And I'll say, where have you found me from? He's like, oh, just this video. It's like, oh, cool.
Amazing.
It's cool.
Well,
It's just really cool.
No, yeah, definitely. But like I say, I mean, I've loved today. I mean,
yeah,
you haven't just brought astrology, but I think, you said it, but I think you've definitely grounded it as well. Because
Good.
I remember when I was trying to do this script earlier, I was having so many arguments with ChatGPT because my spelling and grammar is atrocious. And I was like, I don't want to make it sound like some kind of like, it made me sound like those like,
The
like
cosmic universe.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah,
I just wrote something and you've just missed everything that I wanted to
yeah.
like put
It's
in there.
The
we
stars
like
have aligned.
and I think that's the thing. It's been really like relatable, and I think like when we talk script, we are very organic with this. We kind of just depend on what the guest
Yeah.
says, and we go off it, and we love that. But it has been really like relatable. I think it's been hopefully interesting for other people to listen to, not just me and Lucy, because we've been very lucky and we're very grateful that you've done this for us, like we really are.
Thank you.
But hopefully it has been interesting because we've learned a little bit about your journey and we've learned more about it. It's educational, and I think you've brought a certain humour to it. We've had a bit of a laugh through it as well, which is totally mine and Lucy's vibe as well. So I think, we're really super grateful, and we hope that we've brought something a little bit different to our podcast by having you on. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, your talent, your knowledge. And like we said before, definitely slide in to Mel's DMs or find her on TikTok if you want to know more about your birth chart.
Yeah,
No,
definitely. And for
100%.
business as well, because I help, like I said before, my bread and
Oh,
butter
yeah.
is truly business, building your personal brand, structuring your business in a way that is aligned for you. Because just because one system has worked for her, don't mean it will for you. And something that popped into my head then, which we should have done actually, never mind. I could have asked for the time and date you create your podcast, and that has its own chart.
Oh, let's
my
send that.
gosh.
We can send
Like,
this.
like the mission of your podcast.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's Hannah, and then the podcast has its own mission in this lifetime as
Yeah.
well.
We'll get that information
Podcast
to
has
you.
So the
Yeah.
podcast has its own birth chart.
Of course. Everything does.
Amazing.
I never even knew that. There you go, everybody.
Yes.
Take that as a lesson.
Yeah, or like
Amazing.
when you first started your business, or when you first met someone, things like that. Yeah, always be
Oh.
like, time. What's the
Yeah.
time?
I mean,
I can't remember the time because that's not a good chart.
well, talking of times, this will be quite interesting, Mel, for you. So me and Lucy keep seeing the same numbers, and we've been doing this for the last few months. And then we had a guest on, Ali, who we talked about sort of spiritual.
Yeah, Mel's seen that one.
Yeah. And
you do numerology though, do you?
Oh no.
But just when you were saying numbers, like the time side of things, it's like these same numbers that we're seeing, like it is interesting. And when you kind of want to believe and do believe and bring it all together, like it's just like a bottomless pit of spiritual stuff, and it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. I love life. Yeah.
I did see a post of yours the other day. Literally, we're not going to wrap this episode up though, but you said
Let's keep going.
something about like, is the year is like like more spiritual people are now being like, I don't know if the words. Go on, you explain it because I'm going to mess it up.
Hold on. So if you look at Neptune here.
Yeah.
All right. Neptune here. See my cursor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, so Neptune is in Aries in a few months. And Neptune transit is around 14 years. And basically, with it being in Aries is the leader, isn't it, Hannah?
Mm-hmm.
Leadership. And Neptune rules spirituality. So yeah, what I was saying is like over the next, decade and a half, you will see a rise in like the spiritual leaders, the spiritual influencers. Because just think, we're getting sick of influencers, all the uncovering that's come up, the fakeness, not grounded in reality, always bloody selling us something, do you know what I mean, right? So over the next decade and a half, there will be a rise in like the spiritual entrepreneurs, the spiritual leaders, the spiritual influencers. So yeah, that's what I mean. And it'll be a great time for like any spiritual business owners, like spiritual services, because we are in the Great Awakening. And you, Lucy, because I can see your full chart, you are definitely part of that Great Awakening. You're here to contribute to that. So remind yourself, don't you dare forget.
We're not forgetting this episode, Mel, don't you worry.
Right? Not loud. On those days when you're like, oh, can't be our weeks, can't be ours, blah, blah, you have chosen to come here. You have chosen to contribute to the collective, to raise the frequency, to connect to Christ consciousness, to serve this world, to be on a mission. And like I said, with this transit going on, there'll be a lot of that, and you're part of it. So that next intuitive step, even when it doesn't make sense, but your body and your soul and your spirit is saying, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. No, I think I'm definitely going through that at the moment.
You are, because you're in your North Node return. So you're literally, since January last year up until August next year, that 18-month window, this window for you is the first time in 18 years.
That's mental, because that's when my foot started playing up again in January and it got infected. Yeah, it literally, I was walking down the corridor at work, I was doing really well. I was walking without any walking aids and then something slipped and it was like, back.
Yeah,
but not to say that.
Put you back and put you forward at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And it's surrender. That's what Pisces and North Node is about. It's surrender to that. It's like, okay, God, let's try and see what's going on here.
Slow down again now. She needs to sit with herself. So.
Yeah. No, thank you so much, Mel. We will wrap this up now because bless you, it's been nearly, it's 1 hour 38 on the recording right now. But we just want to say thank you. And hopefully everyone that's listening, watching, and seeing the charts that Mel's been sharing, it's been a very chaotic episode, but in the best way. But this is me and Lucy all over. I love it. And you've joined the fold. So maybe you can be a permanent third co-host, Mel. But no, thank you so much. And we really appreciate you giving your time to us. And hopefully everyone will enjoy it just as much as we have.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been fun. I'm wide awake now, God's sake.
Who needs coffee when you've got us three to chat about astrology?
I just get tired at the start and then I'm always like up to like
But it's the energy though, and like, you know, the energy that every guest brings, and the stories and the journeys and everything we speak about, it's just amazing. We feel very lucky that we're in this space, and that's why we want it to continue so much. But no, anyone that's enjoyed this episode, go back and listen to our previous ones, check out everything we've done so far, and thank you as always for listening.
Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, because obviously that gets you the next one without even having to log on.
Wow.
So yeah, but thank you very much. I'll say goodbye from me, goodbye from
Hannah.
Hannah.
I just said hello. My God, goodbye.
Everyone needs to go to bed. And yeah, goodbye from Mel. Say bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Oh.